Okay, maybe that'll help out a little bit. Well, I'm just sitting up here at my brother's job, waiting to pick him up after he gets off. You know, I figured sitting here, you know how things can tend to go through your mind. Well, I don't know if anyone knows, but me, I'm a full-time single dad. I'm raising a 12-year-old daughter and an 11-year-old son. Yeah, it's hard. You know, we have our ups and downs, you know, mainly between me and my daughter. She tends to have a lot more of my attitude or my stubbornness, so we tend to butt heads, you know, just a little bit, which is honestly to be expected. But to tell you the truth, I wouldn't trade her for anything in the world. What's getting me these days is the fact that she's starting to move away from the tomboy that she used to be. Now, she still likes to do all the tomboy stuff, play in the dirt, go hiking, hunting. She loves hunting, shooting, working. But nowadays, though, she's getting more and more into the girly things. And oh man, let me tell you what, that is getting rough. I do know how to braid hair, you know, so I do know how to do some of the girly things, like braid hair, paint fingernails, paint toenails. What's really starting to scare me is that today, she told me that some of her undergarments were getting too tight. So I was like, okay, you know, tell you what, go take your underwear, go in the bathroom, try them on. The ones that are too tight, throw away. Let me know how many you got. Trying to find out, we had to buy her some more, which is not a big deal, you know. Everyone's got to have underwear. Well, we get there, and she goes, oh, yeah. She goes, I also need some training bras. You know, I had the talk with her. That didn't bother me too much. But it just, I don't know. It's just something weird about a father buying his daughter bras. Now, don't get me wrong, I did. She said she needed them. The hardest thing is trying to figure out how to figure out the sizes. And oh my Lord, tell you what, it's like, how do you figure out the sizes on these stupid things? You know, I couldn't find one female in there. And yes, it was just me and my daughter. So I'm walking around the store in the clothing area trying to find a woman. You know, any woman to, you know, pull over and say, hey, you know, how do you figure this out? You know, so push came to shove. I told my daughter, I grabbed a few training bras, and then my daughter said, okay, let's just go to the, fitting room. Told her to try them on, tell me if she thought they were comfortable. You know, the one that she found was comfortable. There you go. We threw them in the basket, went and got some, food also afterwards, and went and paid for it. But man, this is well, let me tell you what. She's gonna be the death of me. She really is. As much as I love her, she is turning out, she's growing up, she is becoming how do I put this? A girl. And I just don't think I want to have hair for very much longer. Let's put it that way. And if I do have hair within the next 2 years, I don't think it's going to be brown. But at the same time, I can't wait for her to grow up. And I can't wait to watch her, graduate. Because she's getting ready to go from elementary. Next year, she's starting middle school. That scares me. You know, because at least the boys in elementary are still just boys. You know, they're interested in basketball for the most part, sports, playing outside. But in middle school, they become boys who are interested in other things. So yeah, you know, if there's, I mean, what? Honestly, I don't know too much. I find myself conflicted. You know, on the one hand, I know I'm supposed to be the father. I'm supposed to have a firm hand, lay down the law, teach them right from wrong, which, you know, I do. I try to teach my kids all the time, right from wrong. You know, how to love and cherish all animals. But on the other hand, when my kids do mess up and are doing bad, I try to lay down that firm hand, but in the back of my head clicks, they don't have a mom. You know, their mom ran off years ago. You know, one day she said she didn't want to be married to me, and then a month later, after us sharing the kids, I went to go get them for my turn, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I don't want to be a mom no more, you know, you keep the kids." So after I lay down the firm law, I just collapse and become a big softie. You know, when they do something to deserve being grounded, they do get grounded. The groundings usually don't last, you know, as long as I say they should. You know, if I told them they were going to be grounded for 2 days, you know, usually it lasts a day. You know, they do a lot of chores during that day, but they still, you know. So, yeah, sorry about the rant. I'm just, you know, luckily enough, when it comes to my daughter, I made a deal with their doctor. Well, we didn't really make a deal, but I talked to the doctor. And when it comes time for my daughter to start having those special visits, you know, from Mother Nature, I have no problem with buying the stuff, but I'm taking her to the doctor to have her explain how to use them. Yeah, because I'm definitely not doing that. Being a parent is the most rewarding and the most terrifying thing in the world. You love your kids, you're excited about them discovering the world, discovering life, but yet at the same time, them doing that terrifies you. Oh. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. You know, my kids are my world. They're the reason why I do everything. You know, I think about them when I wake up. I think about them while I'm at work. And no matter how much they push my buttons, no matter how much they may frustrate me, I will always love them. Because they are what makes the world worth living in. I just wanted to get the rant done. If y'all got any hints or tips, you know, for helping to guide a young girl into young womanhood. Next thing I'm going to be doing, I guess, is learning how to put on makeup. Not on myself, but on her. You know, so because I've already told her, no, you can't wear makeup for her. You know, I told her not until she's 15. But that only gives me 2.5 years. And honestly, I want her to look, when she does start putting it on, I want her to look presentable. I don't want her to look like a clown. I don't want her to look, you know, pardon my French, like a hooker. You know, I want her to look presentable. You know, like a young lady. So, if I don't have a female in my life by that point, which more than likely I won't, because I spend all my time working or with my kids. So, I mean, I have no social life. I don't go to the bars at all. Yeah, well, let's just put it that way. You know, I have no social life. My kids are my life. So yeah, learning how to put on makeup. That's going to be interesting. Well, there's always books, and there's always YouTube. All right. I think I've talked long enough. Probably let y'all go. Let me know what y'all think. Please leave comments. You know, subscribe. Rate, vote. You know, rate this. Yeah. I just had a bunch of thoughts. Wanted to get off my, get off my chest. Get off my mind. Let y'all know. Y'all can give me some feedback. So, give me some tips. You know, all comments are welcome. Well, almost all. Not the crude ones. You know, there's always idiots out there in this world. All right, thank you. Bye.